I'm coming off of a great game 4, but now we take the long walk to the low end of the building. And this side of the bowling center normally plays different than the high end. The topography of the first 8 to 10 lanes is kind of all over the place. Lane 1 typically hooks 5 more boards than lane 2, and each lane on the consecutive pairs plays different than the other. But mainly, this side of the building typically hooks more than the high end. The overall ball motion isn't that different as the Rockstar is still going through the pins really well, it's just going in a little bit high. Understanding that lane 1 hooks more overall, I make the ball change into the Hyperdrive Pearl. I had a hard time getting the Rockstar going in the right direction on that lane because I was afraid of the ball burning up. Going to a shinier option made more sense to me, although I'm a little bit hesitant that this ball isn't going to pick up down the lane, and I get a bit frustrated at how hesitant I am to throw the shot. Seeing how light the ball went with the first shot on the ball change is what made me hesitant. But I have to make up ground in the tournament, stay committed, and be aggressive. And although this ball finished pretty deep in the pocket, it's still good enough to keep the string alive. Now I get to finish the 10th frame on my good lane. I'm taking this one shot at a time. I can't strike out in the 10th if I don't focus on the first one. And after the first one goes through for a strike, I'm much more comfortable making the second shot. Game 5 ends up being another really solid game with a 237, and now I have momentum going through the rest of the block. I'm being very aware that I have the ball reaction to make up the ground now, as I don't think I'm going to get it in game 8 when these lanes are toast. And the ball reaction is so good that I get this one way to the right and it comes back screaming for a strike. Now I'm understanding why most of the scores for the first 4 games came from the low side of the building. I get the next shot on the right lane online similar to where I was playing in the first 4 games, and it overhooks for a split. I'm learning that these lanes are hooking even more than I thought, and I have to move further left than I initially anticipated. I'm also thinking that where I thought the scoring pace was going to drop in game 8 may actually come a little bit sooner into game 7. It's really easy to think about how I much rather would have hit these pairs sooner rather than later. Having this free hook when the pattern was fresh would have been beneficial to the score, but now I'm catching it at the end of the block where my feet are forced pretty far left and I'm looking for oil every single shot. But the reality is I can't change what's happened in the first 4 games, I just gotta make the most of it now. I'm still throwing the ball really well, and these games are really helping me catch ground in the standings. I have to get myself into the top 12 if I want to walk away from this tournament with a check. And while I do usually feel super confident on shorter patterns, I can't hurt myself in the standings with these last 2 games on the long pattern. After game 6, I'm plus 55 overall for the tournament, and now I'm in 7th place. As I get done with this game, I let Ryan Powers know exactly what I think of these lanes.
Hey, you had a wall down here. Compared to what we had? Jeez.